Well, in business news, a lukewarm response at the debut of Singapore's biggest IPO listing. UI Boustead REIT is also Singapore's biggest real estate trust since NTT DC REIT last year. Its unit price fell more than 8% from an offer price of 88 cents by the close of the first day. Others, volatility in oil markets spilled over to equity markets in Asia. The IPO raised nearly 974 million Sing dollars, or that's 763 million US dollars. That assumes an over-allotment option is not exercised. CNA's Roland Lim tells us more.
Singapore's IPO market getting a rare large-scale REIT listing, and it'll be a barometer on whether appetite for REIT listings are back. Now, UI Boustead REIT raised nearly 974 million Singapore dollars on the base deal. And what investors are buying into is a 23-property portfolio worth about 1.9 billion Singapore dollars, spanning industrial and logistics assets both in Singapore and Japan. Now, names in the portfolio include gaming maker Razer Southeast Asia's HQ, as well as pharmaceutical giant GSK. Now, management is pitching the trust as both an income play and a growth story, with a forecast yield of 7.8% for financial year 2027.
So we actually have three, growth levers for the organic growth, and the first one is actually step rental escalation that's really embedded into the lease contracts. So these are really part of the negotiation and in the lease contracts, and this actually accounts for a good 2.8% of the organic growth. And another portion, of about 1.7%, is coming from the lease-up assumptions, and the third is actually coming from rental reversions when we renew our leases. So in total, we're looking at a good 4.8% growth year on year in our forecast period.
Now that matters because retail investors are looking beyond the headline yield and asking if the income is dependable. The portfolio's committed occupancy is 89.4%, which stands out because many established industrial REITs typically operate closer to the mid-90s in Singapore. But the trust also starts with a weighted average lease expiry of 5.8 years. Now that's an above average figure, which gives a measure of visibility over future rental income.
In fact, the vacancy that you see in the portfolio is actually transitional vacancy, right? And it's actually only in 3 properties. So overall, the rest of the properties are actually above 90% in terms of occupancy, and it's only in 3 buildings where the occupancy is below 80%. And we do have plans to bring them up to, stabilization at 95%. And in fact, of the 3, one of them have already achieved 100% occupancy as we speak now.
Cornerstone investors include JP Morgan Asset Management Singapore and French asset manager Amundi. The 3.3 times subscription rate for institutional demand comes hot on the heels of mega listings NTT DC REIT back in July last year, followed by Centurion Accommodation REIT in September, which drew an enthusiastic response. Roland Lim, CNA, Singapore.